What is up, everybody? It's your boy, the most flaccid celery, back again with another stream. So, I've been streaming for like 5.5 hours, and then suddenly I lost power and had to fight with my computer and such because of the weather and whatnot going on here. Annoying as that is. So, I was in the middle of another recording when it got corrupted because I lost power. So all you really missed was we talked to Otis a little bit. He said he was going to escort us part of the way. We stopped in to talk to the blind bunny. Found out that, she's like, cool. I'm glad Galulja is, getting along well with you. We talked to Sveen, who is one of the Endless, which is a robot with the memories of the person it's mimicking. Found out that it requires a lot of some kind of energy to power, and they don't know how they're going to do it. And so they can't continue making Endless as a result. On top of that, going further, there's more to it. We found out that Kafkiwa, Aaronville's mom, is actually dead and Endless as well, though it's not directly stated. It's in a little cutscene. It says, he talks to people from his village that don't have any memory of her, and they're wearing the regulator so that they have had their memory taken. There is no physical body of hers anymore, just the robot. And now, back into the cutscene that we were in when it broke. So I'm going to go ahead and mute my microphone now to play the audio.
Why don't you come with us? You might get to see Sveen.
Tis a magnanimous and much appreciated offer, but I must decline. A part of me longs for an audience with Her Majesty, it is true. Yet, though it be in my previous life, I failed to protect my queen. I couldn't bear to show my face before her. And such an uncomely one besides.
All right. If that's how you feel, we won't force you. But rest assured, we'll visit with Galulja, and we hope you'll cook for us again.
It would be my pleasure. You are welcome to bring other comrades should you so desire. The more the merrier.
I've been looking all over for you.
Nostalgia, was it? What's the matter?
It's Zeralja. He marches to Vanguard.
So he's done waiting. But why weren't we alerted sooner?
Our transmissions are being jammed. The lookouts couldn't get through to us. Wayakwe is at Vanguard too, but I can't reach her. What are we to do?
Stay calm. Kafkiwa has yet to be alerted, yes? Take her to the back room as fast as you can.
Our link pearls may still work. I'll try contacting those in Tuliolo.
Otis, I need you to keep Galulja safe.
You needn't ask.
I want to go with you.
Absolutely not. A battle's no place for you.
Kululja, the people of the outskirts must be evacuated. For this crucial task, I require your assistance. Remember, when battle is at hand, anything can happen. Caution is as valuable as any blade.
Yes, sir.
I managed to get hold of Alphano. He'll inform Kona.
Good. How's the situation in Tulihiola?
There's nothing to worry about, or so my brother assured me. With such short notice, though, I doubt they'll be fully prepared.
They'll be ready, I'm sure of it. The vow of reason is not to be underestimated. I'm coming, Soralja. And we will finish this once and for all.
All right. This is the end of that quest. That's at a crossroads done. There is 18 more quests left. We're about to start one of them. Several cutscenes are about to play in sequence. I have plenty of time for this. Here shortly will be the start of the 99 quests. Looks like... Yep. This is the last 98 quest. And the third 99 quest gives me a dungeon and a trial. Alright, guys. It's time to read some stuff. Before we get going, I have a request to make of you. When we confront Zoralja, you must let me face him alone. What? No, that's far too dangerous. Why put you at such risk if we don't have to? We have two priorities. The first is to hold Zoralja within the dome and protect Tuliolal. The second is to free Wayakwe if she's been captured. To make sure we succeed, I need to play the worthy foe for Zoralja. If I come at him with help, he'll likely lose interest and proceed with his attack on the city. That's why it needs to be a duel. Even if Tuliolal is better prepared this time, it's true that it would be best to avoid another battle, and failing that, we might at least weaken Zoralja. Rest assured, I'm not going into this without a strategy. Our time in the Dome has given me invaluable insights into the Alexandrian culture. The use of regulators, for one. The secret to Zoralja's strength. Then you mean to... That's right. If I destroy his regulator, he'll be unable to draw upon souls. We'll see how much he wants a duel after that. So, will you leave Zoralja to me? We believe in you, Lamatier, is going to be what I choose here. The other option was, we'll leave it to you, Vow of Resolve. But, whatever. Thank you, Axeldai. It's true that this is your fight, and how you choose to handle it is your decision. But if we see you struggling, or Zoralja attempts to call upon his minions, we will go to your aid. Fair enough. Knowing you'll be there, I can give it my all. Together with Kona, or Koana, the only one who says Kona is fucking Alisai. Together with Koana, I'll keep Tuliolal safe. Let's go. It's time to get down to business. We're closing in rapidly on finishing the expansion. I think I'm going to push and just do that today. Oh, time to mute.
Hello.
You disappoint me, Uklamat. We are foes, yet you had my admiration for defeating Father and claiming the throne. But instead of coming for me, you gallivant with the resistance. Do I intimidate you?
I am here, brother. I did not run, nor hide. I have come to kill you. Let her go. Your quarrel is with me.
And will you settle it one-on-one, or call upon all and sundry yet again? Not that it would make any difference.
No. Like Papa did, I'll face you alone.
Really? You believe you stand a chance? Have you forgotten how it ended for Father?
I remember you couldn't win without relying on other people's souls. Alone, I may be weak, but so are you.
So be it. Do not regret your decision. Release her.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I thought I was done for.
You don't!
Had you let her die, you could have dealt me a telling blow. Your compassion will be the end of you.
I'm not letting anyone else die. And you will never surpass Papa.
But I have. With these very hands, I slew him.
His body may be gone, but his spirit lives on, in us.
The Yokui's delusion is catching, I see.
It's no delusion. Papa's love for Tulihiola gives me strength even now. Ah! Come, let's get this over with. For my people and Sphines.
How gullible you are! All of this is Fiend's doing. Her objective is to harvest all life outside the barrier. Our interests happen to align, hence our alliance.
Liar! Sphine would never do that!
The King of Resolve speaks the truth.
How did she...
The attack on Taral was no less my desire than Zaralja's.
You said you wanted none of this. It was a farce from the very start.
Yes, I used you.
So it was all just a lie then? What you said about loving your people as family? About wanting to see them smile?
I do this for them. For what it's worth, I'm sorry I deceived you, but I had no choice. Save my people. I must take the lives of yours.
Behold, Wuklamat, the benevolent Queen's Fiend. An illusion that orchestrated a massacre.
Endless, or machine, or whatever you are now, you bear the memories of the person you once were. You should still have a heart. When you speak of slaughtering my people, do you feel nothing?
Nothing is dearer to me than my people. It matters not whether they are living or endless. As queen, I will do anything to protect them. If it were you, could you have found another way? With your strength, could you have held fast to that which is dear without sacrifice?
What exactly do you seek to do? What are you protecting your people from?
You waste your words. There is no turning back. Is this the strength that the love of Tuliyola lends you? A weak ruler walks a path of ruin. Tell me, which of us is worthy of their throne?
I already know. It will never be you! As long as you think only of yourself, you'll never be worthy. You'll never surpass Father or me! You can't rely on souls anymore. It's over.
Don't think you've won yet. Oh no, far from it. Give the order to the fleet. Raise Tuliyola to the ground and harvest every last soul! It is over. For Tuliyola, your works, your people, all will be ash before the day is done.
Don't tell me you've forgotten. I'm not the only Dawn's servant.
coming!
Well, come on then, you 10 bastards.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you're enjoying yourself.
I'm Head Sauro. Nothing gets a hunter's blood pumping like a little danger.
Well now, it seems we have that in common. I haven't felt this alive in a good while.
That's the spirit. We promised Valcona we'd deliver him a mountain of scrap. And I'm not about to let these hollow men make a liar out of me.
Hey kid, the ones below are yours.
You got it. Wait, what do you mean below? Don't see that every day.
Hardly sporting, and this despite our best efforts to thin the enemy ranks. While it's not quite what we had planned, I'm glad we chose to remain in Tural.
As am I. 'Twas an unexpected but welcome opportunity to join in the defense of this realm.
And to his credit, Kona did ask very nicely. Still, it's a pity his brother had to delay our pleasure jaunt. But business always comes first.
Damn it! Come no closer, you bastards!
No!
That was a near thing! Are you alright?
You...
Save your life. Yes, I know. Don't squander it.
I never thought you, of all people, would come to my rescue. Bakul Chacha. Thank you.
Ah, still rings odd in my ears. The thank yous. But I could get used to it. Right. We're not done yet.
We're holding our own against their infantry. But what of that monstrosity and its escort? If they start bombarding us with cannon fire, we'll have no means of fighting back.
Worry not. We have a countermeasure.
A bleeding dragon! What in the Navigator's name is it doing here?
Tuliyollal has entered into an alliance with Radzat Khan. A wise and timely decision on Valkona's part.
Right in the nick. Tuliyollal shall never forget this debt. We will hold out, Lamachi. So keep your eyes forward. And do what only you can do. Finish this. And return home, safe and sound.
Report from the fleet. The enemy has offered unexpected resistance. We've been forced to withdraw.
Useless. All of you.
Ah! Stop!
Your Majesty.
Enough of this! Enough! You swore you wouldn't harm my people!
Out of my way.
Have you gone mad?
When the army fails in its duty, it is the charge of the King of Resolve to clean up its mess. To achieve victory by any means necessary. Zoralja to Everkeep. Initiate court blood. Execute all civilians and commandeer their souls.
No!
Damn you!
Stop! Please, Father, stop!
Kululcha! I told you not to come!
Kululcha.
You must flee, Kululja! It isn't safe!
I'm not going anywhere! I have to stop my father!
I am not your father.
Let him go!
Using a child as a shield. Have you no shame?
Release him at once, or you shall answer to me!
Pitiful relic. Kneel before your king.
Otis? What's wrong?
Find me at the top of Everkeep. There, we will determine who is fit to rule.
I must protect them.
Oh shit, it's going down. So, one moment. Got ads starting on Twitch here in a minute, 14 seconds. About to be in a solo instance now, guys. Anyways, now, what I was thinking that entire cutscene, that is probably among everyone's thought, is you don't mess with the Scions of the 7th Dawn. So let's go. It's level syncing me down to 98, eye level 685. Which I think is actually around what my eye level actually is, considering my accessories are lower leveled than my regular stuff.
I have no more use for you. Be gone.
Father, wait! Father! Otis, Hamachi, you have to stop him. You have to.
What have you done?
Sveen, can't you order them to stand down?
The King of Resolve holds military authority. I cannot overrule his commands.
If there's something you can do, then do it! Your crimes are beyond forgiveness, but your people are innocent.
If you care for your people and protect them, we won't let Zeralja have his way any longer. Hope you don't mind if I obliterate your army. If you care for your people, then protect them is going to be what I go with here.
I deceived you all, and still...
Welcome back from ads, Twitch.
When you said that you wanted to protect your people, I trust you weren't lying.
Of course not. There's nothing I wouldn't do for them.
Then let's split up and get to work.
Do what you can do.
Time to get down to business, guys. We're in a solo instance that consists of multiple fights, apparently. So let's do it. Let's do it up.
Please, everyone, lend me your strength.
Moving structures.
Right. Let's deal with these ones first.
That's right. I'm trying to piss off as many of them as I can here. Drag them all to me if I can.
There are still those we can save. We keep moving.
To be hit with an event again, yep. Alright. On we go!
Fiends too! Damn you, Zeralja!
It's up to us to stop them.
Gotta comfort citizens now.
You're safe now. Be at ease.
Done. Citizens have been comforted. There's Kryl and Graha Tia over there fighting. Not that way. Okay. That's the end of this one. There's more to it yet. This was just one part of the solo instance.
Looks like that does it for this area.
Muting for now.
Look, the King's forces are on the move. There are still civilians on Trueview.
Well, we can't leave the wounded. Let's divide into two groups. Kryl, Raha, please stay here and render aid. The rest of us will go and deal with the machines.
All right. Otis, you've got to wake up.
Otis?
Time to go. Let's engage and fight.
For the honor of the Royal Knights, forward!
Snap out of it, Otis. Don't you recognize us?
First formation! Show them a knight's valor!
The machines obey him!
Something about him is familiar, but it couldn't be.
Third formation! Onward! For Alexandria!
It is him! The captain of the knights!
Don't like the looks of this. Everyone, keep your guard up. Damn it! How do we bring him to his senses?
If he still remembers me, then perhaps.
Okay, another cutscene now.
Right, he's deactivated. It should be safe to approach.
Otis! No! I remember you, Otis, so please remember yourself. You're a proud knight of Alexandria, a man who lives to serve the kingdom and its subjects. Otis!
Pray, stand back, Your Majesty. I am Sir Otis Bologna, Lord Captain of the Royal Knights of Alexandria. Upon mine honor, you shall harm neither my fair queen nor our citizens!
Onward we go, guys. We just beat the shit out of Otis, though. He's a little fucked up now.
Apologies for the trouble I caused. So long as this body holds, I shall fight with you. Tis but a flesh wound.
It's building up energy. Have care.
called lightning to itself.
Let's split up and deal with them.
Not holding anything back, are we?
Leave this to me. Behold, the blade work of a royal knight.
Ooh, okay.
Such tremendous lightning.
So many! This is going to be tough. Not good. At this rate.
Upon mine honor, we shall weather this storm. Now, lay the fiend low.
Let's go!
Otis, you must stop! Your body can't survive this!
Nay, I cannot yield, even should it cost me my life.
Otis!
My queen, are you unharmed?
Only just. He had one left in that bar. Oh. Levels unsynced. I got through these solo instance now.
Otis. Thank you, Lord Captain, for the delicious repast, for everything.
Muting my mic now.
The old units do not have regulators. Their souls cannot be recovered.
he is gone. The Otis who so valiantly fought for us. I'm truly grateful for your help. Would that I had the time to thank you properly. But I'm afraid I cannot linger. There are urgent duties I must perform.
Hey, wait!
Is everyone all right?
We're fine, but Otis is...
So he's the one who was looking after Galulja.
Thanks to you, Solution 9 has been spared the worst. But the situation on the other levels is grim. We're currently assessing the full extent of the casualties. In the meantime, could you help us treat the wounded?
Just finished the last 98 quest. On to the first 99. We have this one and one more before we start a dungeon, actually. So Kafka and her crew tend to those with physical injuries. We're gonna help the emotionally injured ones. That's fun. So fun. So we're gonna go this way. Wrong button. I meant to see if I could mount here, but I can't, so... Instead, I just accidentally activated my shield. For no reason. Fun. Exhausted man, stunned woman. So, he's just saying that, you know, he's like, you personally fought alongside her. Is it true that she's not really there? Her body is somewhere else? Yeah, because she's technically not alive. Yeah. Now we speak to the trembling man. That person's shocked that's still alive. This person's terrified and is probably going to want to escape. Never have I been so scared in my life. I died in an accident before, but it was nothing compared to this. We killed again and again and again. It was a living nightmare, and King Zeraldra was behind it, you say? Since he suddenly appeared, he's done nothing good for us. He thinks only of war, ordered more soldiers to be produced, and now he unleashes them on us. He's no king of mine. He's a murderer, and someone needs to make him pay. Yeah. Alright, now I need to go to the back room. Had a small connection issue in the game, according to my... the symbol appearing beside my name there for a second. No big, no big. Speak to Tassos. Go into the back room. Got an ad starting in a minute and a half, guys. So now we gotta go talk to Golulja. I have 3 notifications to get rid of quickly, though, so give me but a moment to quickly rid myself of these notifications. Now we're going into a cutscene. Will it be voiced? Who knows? Assuming it won't be because of all of the voice cutscenes that just happened.
Are you alright, Golulja?
Lots of people are dead because of my father, aren't they?
That's...
And Otis. He's gone too, isn't he?
I'm sorry.
My father is a bad man. That's why you're going to kill him, aren't you?
Oh, sweetheart. Look.
Forget it. I don't care anymore.
Listen to me, Golulja. You're right. We're going to confront your father. He invaded Tulihyolal and hurt my people. As vow of resolve, it's my duty to bring him to justice.
Don't you think of him as family anymore?
After the attack, I was filled with rage. I told myself over and over that he's no brother of mine. But it isn't so simple. No matter what I feel or say, all those years I spent striving to live up to his example, they won't just disappear. What's more, it's because we're family that we have to correct each other when someone goes astray. That's why I must confront my brother, like your grandfather did, even though it cost him his life.
But Otis is gone now. If my father was gone too, then I'd have no one.
What are you saying, Golulja? Take a look around.
You have us, Golulja. All of us. will be with you through thick and thin. You're not alone. You'll never be alone again.
Alright guys, real fast before we continue on, I want to make sure something is working correctly. Alright, so that seems to be working correctly. Let me just check something. Alright, cool. I had to make sure my bot was working correctly, so even though you see messages on my screen, my bot wasn't showing the normal stuff it does when I start up the bot client, so I was worried for a moment. But it is working. So we're taking Galulja to go rest. Finishing that one. So Kafkiwa is saying, the things I would say to Zeralja as a mother, but I'd better not get started. Instead, let me thank you. We couldn't have gotten through this without you and yours. Till the others return, you ought to take what rest you can, as well. It isn't over yet, after all. You could prepare for, otherwise, feel free, the back room. Fuzzy image, you say? Is it still happening? Well, it's an old worn thing. There's bound to be a few hitches. It's nothing to worry about, though. We'll have a meeting to discuss our next move in a little while. So until then... we still haven't seen Aaronville again. Had enough rest, have you? Then let's round up everyone. You don't know where Aaronville is, that's a problem. Oh, he's here now. Never mind. We know where he is. During your confrontation with him, Zeralcha bade Wuk-Lamat to come to the tower's summit. Problem is, the elevators have been locked down due to the state of emergency. We've been working to lift the access restrictions, but frankly, it's not looking promising. Are there any other ways we can get to Zeralja? We believe so. As you know, Solution 9 occupies Everkeep's 9th level. The summit, meanwhile, is its 12th. The map appears to be cut off. While the King and Queen's residence is believed to be located there, the details are highly classified, hence the lack of map data. We do, however, have reliable intelligence concerning everything up to the 11th level. What is this place? This is Origenics, the facility where souls are separated and refined for use. The process begins at the base with the extraction of souls from regulators and fiends. Those souls are then transported up to the etheric separator, where they are cleansed of memories Finally, they are packed within soul cells for distribution. 12 for Fen. They've recreated the process by which souls are broken down in the ethereal sea. An affront to nature, I know, but ethical discussions must wait. The salient point is that the facility extends from the 1st to the 11th level. Now, if Zoraljah intends to strengthen himself with the people's souls, as we strongly suspect, then the facility will be operating to process and transport these souls directly to him on the 12th level. So in order to reach Zoraljah, we make our way through Orogenics. Precisely. As the facility sustains the Alexandrian way of life, security will be extremely tight. But if you are willing to brave the route, we'll back you up as best we can. What say you? Goes without saying that we're going. I never had any doubt. Of course, there's a chuckle involved. I'm coming too. You'll need guidance on site, and this body makes me best suited. Hold it. Before you set off, I have to ask. All this time, you've known that Sphene is an Endless, haven't you? Yes, we have. Why didn't you tell us? Honestly, it didn't seem relevant to the matters at hand. More complicated to explain than it was worth, and a distraction from our efforts to deal with Zoraljah. Speaking of which, we should get moving. Those who are sallying forth, we gather in front of the tower. We can count on you to provide support from here, yes? Of course. He's not happy. He's struggling right now. I will be starting the dungeon and the trial soon. However, that probably won't make it into this video just based on everything that needs to happen. To speak with Erenville, I need to talk to you about... Never mind, it can wait. Lest you wonder, I have no objections to remaining here. Someone needs to keep those until you're all informed. Best of luck to you. He wants to tell me about his mother, but he's struggling to. So, we'll leave here. Connection issues are acting up again. Fun times! Woo! Alright, so we literally are leaving the entire building now. I'll go here like so. Scanning port. Heritage found. I've appeared, speaking with Kafkiwa to end this. All present and accounted for? Excellent. We'll make for the summit in one push. This will be a grueling climb, so see to it you spare no preparation. with that, we've unlocked the quest, the MSQ quest, one of the Aether Current for this area. We're gonna grab this, talk to her a little bit, I guess, before we go into the dungeon and trial, and then I'm gonna end this part and start the next, so that we can go straight into the dungeon for the start of this one. Start of the next part. The entrance to Orogenics is located on the back of Everkeep. We can reach it by water. Come, we head to the pier at the Driftdowns. Took a little bit for it to load because of, obvious reasons. My connection is currently having issues. Though it seems to only really be affecting the game. I'm not dropping frames or anything. Just having some game weird, like, lag and connectivity issues, which is why I'm going to run this with the AI and hope that when I get to brain. When I get to the point where I can run the trial, I'm not having these issues because of the fact that I don't think it's going to let me run the trial with AI. It normally doesn't. I'm amazed it even let me run the one trial with AI here. So, speak to Kafkiwa. Connection issues. Alright, cool. Cutscenes. I will now explain how this mission will unfold. Orogenics takes delivery at specific times. It is at one such time that we will enter the facility aboard the hover cargo. Kalusa here will pilot the vehicle, so you need only sit tight until we arrive at the entrance. Our friends in the back room will create a diversion so we can steal inside. After which we make our way to the summit, striking down any foes that bar our path. Easy, yes? Easy to say, perhaps, but we'll manage one way or another. That we will. In anticipation of the unexpected, we should maintain contact with the support crew and adapt as necessary. Indeed, I shall use the communicator I borrowed from Shale to keep them informed at all times. I see. Everyone has a grasp of the details. Good. We set off very soon, so be ready. With this, we now have unlocked a dungeon, I'm guessing. It is going to be the Orogenics dungeon. Alright, we got a new dungeon available. We have Orogenics now available to us. That's a dungeon that we can now do. Alright, with that, we're going to end the recording. Start a new one, guys. Thank you to everyone who has watched thus far, and I will see you in the next part.